Traditional large healthcare companies these days have outmoded technologies. The quickest way to get a new product to market is through mergers or acquisitions. We're seeing both healthcare companies more focused on acquiring new technologies and also technology companies getting into the healthcare space given the potential growth and revenues they can generate. This covers not only traditional medical devices, but we're seeing a lot of activity in the data and information sector as well. This convergence is creating what some are referring to as a new health tech sector.
Traditionally, 10 years ago, pharma companies sort of prescribed drugs and that was the end of it. But now what you're seeing is that they prescribe drugs, but they also want to have a connection with the patient. Now, particularly for chronic diseases, you've got patients who have an app, and this app is provided by the drug companies. The app then helps them manage their condition in conjunction with taking their drug. And if you look at the way the youth of today, if you like, want to treat themselves, they want to have an app. They want to be able to manage their lifestyle.
On the data and information side, we're seeing a wide variety of activity. Telemedicine is very hot. People are looking at ways to reduce costs, but also improve the patient's experience. Having people not have to travel to see their doctors has been a remarkable development.
The healthcare industry, when it merges with tech to become health tech, creates a whole host of new environmental and regulatory issues.
Data breach, if it were to occur, the penalties and liability could be substantial. Not only could you face liability from regulators, but also civil suits. It's kind of akin to a large environmental liability on a transaction.
Ownership of data is an interesting concept because we don't really know how that's going to play out. So if you're an individual, do you own your own data? Yes, because you have to consent to it being used. But equally, who is going to benefit from the data? There's the hospitals who are using the data to treat that individual patient. There's the medical device companies and drug companies that have access to that data because they're treated with those drugs and devices. And then there's also the payers. And the question is who owns the data and who can benefit from it? I think we're still working on that one. We all know that healthcare costs are increasing and governments cannot afford this to be the case. And so I think health tech will enable costs to come down ultimately, to have better outcome for patients in a secure and regulated environment, provided we get it right.
For the next year, I think most believe that the M&A market may slow a bit, but I think we continue to believe that healthcare and health tech in particular will continue to drive M&A activity.